What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing great. Hope you're having a great day. Happy Monday. Most important day of the week. Always make sure you do something on a Monday. So that's why I'm getting on with the video. It's a little late, but obviously, I've already done a video with regards to the other results of the weekend. Those were the games that were happening on on Saturday. So I spoke about all those games, and then yesterday, obviously, there was the game between Chelsea and Tottenham, which is why I'm doing this video right now. Tomorrow, I'll obviously have to do a video about Liverpool and Crystal Palace because there's Monday Night Football. So as I've said, I'm going to talk about Chelsea and Tottenham in this video. Before I go on with the video, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel. Really massively helps. And then also, please push the thumbs up button if you like the content and like the video. And then also, please push that notification bell so that you can get notified each time I post a new video. And then going on with the video, obviously want to talk about the Chelsea game yesterday, Chelsea versus Tottenham. Fiery game, really. That game was a derby, really feisty London derby. There were red cards between the managers, there were yellow cards. Conte and Tuchel were going at it, and then right at the end there, sorry, like something went into my eye. But right at the very end of the game, when the game ended, when Tuchel and Conte were shaking hands, Tuchel held on to Conte because Conte was not looking at him, and Tuchel felt like, if you're gonna shake my hand, you have to look at me. And then Conte was like going up at him, saying like, "Why are you holding my hand?" And they were pushing each other. It's a really feisty game. Really love it when all of that happens in football. Obviously, it's all well and good when like managers are friends and all of that stuff. They're shaking hands and all of that, like kind of the bromance between Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp. But it's also always nice when you see guys like Conte and like Tuchel going at it. That kind of reminds you of Wenger and Mourinho, or Ferguson and Wenger when they always used to fight on the touchline and all of that stuff. And they used to go at it. But really, the game yesterday had everything. Actually, in the game itself, I was surprised with what I saw because I didn't expect Chelsea to dominate Tottenham the way they did. As I said in my predictions, I said I think Tottenham are going to finish third and I think Arsenal are going to finish fourth. But based on that performance yesterday, I'm obviously a little bit wrong to not even include Chelsea in the top four because they still want to do some business in the transfer market, and they dominated Tottenham, whereas they're not even done with regards to improving their squad. They still want more players into their squad, yet they were still able to dominate Tottenham. And these guys, Tottenham are pretty much finished with all of their transfer business for this summer. So the squad they have right now is most likely the squad that they will have at the end of the season. So the fact that Chelsea were able to dominate Tottenham, because there was only the first 5 minutes of the game and a few spells here and there in the whole game when Tottenham were on top of Chelsea. I think Tottenham were better after Conte made a change and put Richarlison on, and then he changed to a back four. And then he played a 4-4-2, I think, with Richarlison and Kane up top. Tottenham were better after that happened. But apart from that, really the whole game, Chelsea deserved to win the game. You cannot say in any universe that Tottenham deserved a draw. They didn't deserve anything from the game, which I guess is the positive you can take as a Tottenham supporter or as someone who has predicted that Tottenham are going to finish third. That's an improvement from Tottenham because last season they would have lost that game. Whereas now they have grit, they have determination, they have fight in them. Conte is molding them with his personality. Because when you listen to people talk about Conte, they say he was that type of fiery guy. He was always he was giving his all on the pitch. He used to go with when he was tackling you, you would feel that someone is tackling me. Not like the guys right now who are tentative when they try to tackle someone. He always used to be at it when he used to play back when he was still playing. So he's molding the Tottenham players in his image when he was a player. And you can see that from the Tottenham players in terms of, yes, they're playing bad. They're not playing well. Yes, they're being dominated, but they're always fighting. They don't give up. It's like a mental thing. Yeah, but their mentality is improving, and Conte is basically molding their mentality to be kind of more like his own mentality. is basically instilling his own identity into the side. And you can see that based on how they respond when they go behind, based on how they respond when they're being dominated by the opposition. So I think that was really impressive from Tottenham's point of view. But Chelsea, for the whole game, they were basically all over Tottenham. They deserved to win the game. And a few errors here and there defensively from them, not defending their own box correctly. I don't know what Jorginho was doing for the first goal with regards to Højbjerg, because he basically dwells, he becomes too casual on the ball in his own box. And then the ball goes to Ben Davies, and then Ben Davies passes it to Højbjerg. Højbjerg hits the ball, and then he scores like that. So Chelsea really created their own problems in the game. And then they created loads of chances at the other end. But the thing that you can take from that game as a Chelsea fan or as Tuchel, they need a striker because they can't finish chances. They create lots of opportunities to score goals, but they can't score goals because they don't have a finisher. Raheem Sterling got close yesterday, but Raheem Sterling is not a striker. He's not a clinical finisher, and that's what they need. So I think that's what you can take from the game, from a Chelsea point of view, from Chelsea's point of view. But like the fact that they played like, if you watched that game and you didn't look at the scoreline, then you would say Chelsea won the game. Like, they deserved to win the game. But then you look at the scoreline, it's only 2-2. So, like, it doesn't matter in the end what you deserve in football. If you don't score the goals, you're not going to win the game. And that's the fact of the matter. We deserved to win against Real Madrid last season. Not that I kind of want to talk about Manchester City because I'm a Manchester City supporter. But we deserved to win against Real Madrid. We were better than them. But we didn't win. So it's not about what you deserve. Like, you have to earn your victory by scoring goals, and that's something that Chelsea can't do at this moment in time. So I would still like to see Conor Gallagher in their midfield instead of Jorginho, because I don't know what Jorginho offers on the football pitch, to be honest. He doesn't assist goals, he doesn't score goals, he only scores penalties, so I'm not going to count that. I mean, he should score from the penalty spot because he's 12 yards out, no one is around you, it's only the keeper, so you should score. So apart from scoring penalties, I don't get what he offers the team, because he doesn't dictate the tempo of the game. He's like, at least when Conor Gallagher is playing on the team, you know what he brings to the team. He scores goals. He's a midfielder that can run box to box. He's got a lot of energy and he can score goals. So I think if I was a Chelsea supporter, I would love to see Conor Gallagher in the team instead of Jorginho, because I think, yes, Jorginho, he's good in possession or whatever, but sometimes he even loses the ball. So I honestly don't know what he offers on the football pitch. He's a good player, but I don't know what he offers, to be honest. So, yeah, and then obviously the refereeing decisions yesterday were a little bit questionable, to say the least. I understand there's an outrage with regards to, like, from Chelsea supporters with regards to the challenge from Bentancur on Kai Havertz. Now, I don't know what people want the referees to do here, because in that, basically, sorry for that, man. I think my ring light is connected to my laptop here, so it kind of it went off, so my ring light went off as well. So sorry for that. But I was saying, I don't know what people want from the referees, because at the beginning of the season there was an update on the rules of the game. So the update was that the referees are going to they are going to stop this thing of, if you merely touch someone. Obviously, I don't mean that in a literal sense, but like, too many times in previous seasons in football, you literally don't even, like, there's too many fouls that are given for offenses that shouldn't be deemed as fouls. Like, football is a contact sport. You cannot just expect that, like, by touching someone, by, like, shoving someone, that person should get a free kick. Like, not every tackle, just because I got through the man, is a foul. Because, like, it's a contact sport. So you will make contact from time to time with the other, like, with the opponent. So you can't expect everything to be given as a foul. So, like, there was an update on the rules that the referees are going to allow more contact. They are not going to give fouls for everything that happens in terms of contact between the players. And yesterday, if you actually look, if you look at the replays with regards to the Bentancur challenge, Bentancur gets the ball. He basically toe pokes the ball, and then he goes through Kai Havertz. So, but basically, like, if Bentancur first cleaned out Havertz and then got to the ball, I think, yes, you would have a point when you say it's a penalty, like it's a free kick. But you can't not get the thing. Like, you can't basically get the ball, and then just because you made contact, it's deemed as a foul. So I really don't understand why people are questioning the referee with regards to that particular decision. I don't think the referee had a good game yesterday, and the VAR. But with regards to that particular decision, the first goal, with regards to Bentancur challenging Kai Havertz, I think that was a fair challenge. That was a great tackle. Patrick Vieira would say that, or Roy Keane, when they used to play, that would be allowed all the time. So I don't understand why people are kind of like moaning about it. And even if that was a free kick, Chelsea should not be complaining about something that happened 40 seconds before a goal was even scored. Like, you can't complain about that, because the challenge Bentancur made on Kai Havertz is 40 seconds before Tottenham scored the goal. So you can't then complain about that. There's 40 seconds that passed. So you can't say, well, if Kai Havertz got the free kick, they wouldn't have scored. Of course they wouldn't have scored, but you should do something about, like, you should defend the situation better. Basically, that's what I mean. And then obviously some people are complaining that Richarlison was basically in the eyesight of the goalkeeper and he was in an offside position. Therefore, that goal should have been disallowed. Now, I'm not really sure with regards to that particular situation. So I really don't know there. Some people say it should have been offside. Some people say no, you can't disallow a goal for that. So I'm not really, because he was not that close to the goalkeeper. So the goalkeeper should have enough time to see the ball. So I'm not really sure. I don't know where I stand with regards to that one. And then the second goal Chelsea scored, that should have not Chelsea. The second goal Tottenham scored with Harry Kane basically comes from a corner. But before the corner was given, there were two corners in succession for Tottenham. In the first corner, Christian Romero, the Tottenham defender, is pulling Cucurella's hair. So he pulls him with his hair, and then Cucurella ends up going down. And then basically, I think Ben Davies gets the header, and then Edouard Mendy makes the save, and then Tottenham get another corner, and that's when they score the goal. So obviously, I think it's a stupid decision from Romero to pull someone's hair in the box. And like during a corner. I don't think anyone would have had a complaint if that. Obviously Tottenham would complain, but I don't think any complaints would be justified with regards to what Christian Romero was doing, because he was pulling his hair. Now the refereeing executives of the Premier League, I think it's called PGOML. I don't know what it stands for, but they basically said there's no further action that's going to be taken against Christian Romero, because there are no rules in the game that talk about hair pulling. So they basically say, because I'm sure they're going to update the rules right now, because you can't just pull someone's hair and then get away with it because there's no rules with regards to hair pulling. But that's what they basically said. They said there are no rules with regards to hair pulling. Therefore, the VAR could not have intervened with the situation, because there are no rules with regards to hair pulling in the rules of the game. So I think Chelsea, Tuchel, the players, I think it's justified that they were complaining about that situation, because you can't just I think it's actually a red card, because it's violent conduct. You can't pull someone's hair and then you can't pull someone's hair such that they basically fall down. So I think that's violent conduct. So I don't think that goal should have stood. I think it should have been a free kick to Chelsea, and Christian Romero should have been sent off for that particular incident. So I think that's where I stand with regards to that one. All in all, the referee, I guess you can say he had a poor performance, but the first goal of Tottenham, I think that goal should have stood, because I think it was a great tackle from Rodrigo Bentancur, the Tottenham midfielder. But Chelsea are going to be gutted really with regards to not winning that game. I was expecting more from Tottenham, to be honest, because as I said, I said on Friday, I think I said Tottenham are going to win 3-1. I was disappointed with the Tottenham performance. Not so much the draw, but their performance as a whole. I think, you see, when the new season starts, and many people are basically saying you'll be the closest challengers to Manchester City and Liverpool, as far as where the title is going to go. I think when people are giving you that much credit, You owe it to them to make a statement. You owe it to yourselves to make a statement. So I think I would have been more impressed with Tottenham if they went to Stamford Bridge and they put on a great performance and they won the game. Obviously they didn't, so I was disappointed with that, and it kind of made me wonder whether I actually made the wrong decision by backing Tottenham and Arsenal to finish above Chelsea. Because what I saw from Chelsea, with as far as their performance was concerned, I thought they were great. They just needed a goal scorer to finish the chances that they created. Like Reece James, the cross he put on for Kai Havertz, that cross was a peach. And then this guy, Kai Havertz, he doesn't even hit the target. If that was a top-class striker, I think that's a goal, because it's as good a ball is going to get from a cross from the right back. So I think that should be a goal. It's a disservice to Reece James, the person who was putting the cross, that ball doesn't even hit the target. It just goes wide. So I think Chelsea are in desperate need of a goal scorer, as that game showed, because they really played well and they played well enough to win, but they didn't win because they didn't have the goals. They didn't have a goal scorer to put the chances away. So apart from that, I think it was really a feisty game. Great game of football. Great game for the neutral. Great spectacle for the Premier League when the managers were going at it, and like Conte was kind of like he was winding Tuchel up. Like, it started with the first goal when Conte was celebrating, and he was like kind of winding Tuchel up, and then Tuchel he engaged, and then like they were pushing, there was pushing and shoving, and then at the end of the game when they were shaking hands and all of that stuff. So I really think it was a great spectacle, spectacle from the Premier League. Hopefully we see more of that. I'm looking forward to the next London derby between Tottenham and Chelsea, even though we're going to have to wait for a while because it's going to be on February. It is February, right? Yes, it's going to be on February the 23rd, if I'm not mistaken. But it's next year, in basically the second half of the season in Feb. But yeah, I think it was a great game of football to watch. If you like the video, please push the thumbs up button, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel. And then please also push the notification bell so that you can get notified each time I post a new video. And then thank you for watching. Obviously, we're going to be watching the Liverpool game tonight. Liverpool versus Crystal Palace at Anfield. As I said in my video when I was predicting the games, I think it was on Friday, I think Liverpool are going to win. It's at Anfield. They're going to be desperate to basically, as a footballer, when you play bad, top footballers, this is how they think. Not that obviously I was ever a top footballer in my life, but it's like whenever you're great at something, when you do bad in it, you can't wait for the next opportunity so that you can basically rectify the things that you did bad in your previous performance. So the Liverpool players are going to be looking forward to the Crystal Palace game, not just for the fact that it's at Anfield, but also for the fact that they played poorly against Fulham 2 weeks ago. And therefore, they're going to want to basically rectify all of, they're going to want to rectify their poor performance 2 weeks ago against Fulham. So that's why I think it's going to be basically they're going to probably beat Palace 3-0. I don't remember my prediction for which I gave on Friday, but I think it's going to be a comfortable Liverpool win tonight. And then obviously I'm going to make a video about that one tomorrow. Thank you for watching the video, guys.